Half a league, half a league, half a league onward, all in the valley of death rode the 600. Forward the light brigade, charge for the guns, he said, into the valley of death rode the 600. Forward the light brigade, was there a man dismayed? Not though the soldier knew someone had blundered. Theirs not to make reply, theirs not to reason why, theirs but to do and die. Into the valley of death rode the 600. Cannon to right of them, cannon to left of them, cannon in front of them, volleyed and thundered. Stormed at with shot and shell, boldly they rode and well. Into the jaws of death, into the mouth of hell, rode the 600. Flashed all their sabres bare, flashed as they turned in air, sabring the gunners there. Charging an army while all the world wondered. Plunged in the battery's smoke, right through the line they broke. Cossack and Russian reeled from the sabre stroke, shattered and sundered. Then they rode back, but not the 600. Cannon to right of them, cannon to left of them, cannon behind them, volleyed and thundered. Stormed out with shot and shell, while horse and hero fell. They that had fought so well came through the jaws of death, back from the mouth of hell, all that was left of them, left of 600. When can their glory fade? Oh, the wild charge they made, all the world wondered. Honour the charge they made, honour the light brigade, noble 600.
This poem's basically a piece of propaganda about an event that occurred in the Crimean War. In the Crimean War, we were fighting with the French to help defend the Turks, who were being attacked by the Russians.
Some guns, British naval guns, are being commandeered by Russian forces on a hill. The commanding officer sends a message via a subordinate, a rather hot-headed young man, that those guns up there in the hills are to be taken. He delivers the message in some haste and waves in that general direction. There are the guns. There's your enemy. Charge them. As it turns out, that general direction is also the general direction of the end of the valley, which is fortified massively by guns.
The Light Brigade, 600 strong, rode down a valley to attack a line of Russian guns, armed only with sabres against these colossal cannons, and not in the least bit surprisingly, most of them were killed.
Tennyson wrote this poem after reading the account of the charge in the Times.
As they passed towards the front, the Russians opened on them from the guns into the redoubt on the right, with volleys of musketry and rifles. They swept proudly past, glittering in the morning sun in all the pride and splendour of war.
At the distance of 1,200 yards, the whole line of the enemy belched forth from 30 iron mouths a flood of smoke and flame.
With a halo of flashing steel above their heads, and with a cheer which was many a noble fellow's death cry, they flew into the smoke of the batteries.
But ere they were lost from view, the plain was strewed with their bodies and with the carcasses of horses.
This news came back to England. It was a point of low morale in the Crimea War, and Tennyson stepped into the breach, as you might say, in order to boost public feeling about the war, to write this poem which celebrated the heroism of the charge.
It turns what could have been seen as a very embarrassing event for the British Army, which at the time was considered to be amongst the mightiest in the world, into something we're supposed to be actually proud of, that's something that's being celebrated rather than mourned.
When can their glory fade? Oh, the wild charge they made. All the world wondered.
All the world wondered. Well, you would have thought from the earlier in the poem that they'd wonder what on earth they're doing. But actually here there's a sense of wonder. The wonder of bafflement is turned into the wonder of awe, as it were.
Forward the Light Brigade, charge for the guns, he said, into the valley of death rode the 600.
It's almost like we ride through it with them. It's a very sort of exhilarating poem. We have half a league, half a league, half a league onward. We have cannon to the right of them, cannon to the left of them. We have flashed all their sabres bare, flashed as they turned in air.
Flashed all their sabres bare, flashed as they turned in air, sabring the gunners there, charging an army while all the world wondered. In the second verse of this poem, Tennyson says, "Not though the soldier knew someone had blundered." It's the only point in the poem at which he allows us to think that there might be another way of looking at this.
Of course, Tennyson, in his role as the poet laureate, producing this very public document, is concerned to express the heroism and nobility of the fallen. But he's also at pains to express the pointlessness of the act. And I think if it's a song of honor, it's honoring bravery in the face of infuriating stupidity.
It was a foolish charge, absolutely pointless. It achieved nothing, and a very large number of people died as a result of it.
Our loss, as far as it could be ascertained in killed, wounded, and missing at 2 o'clock today, was as follows. Went into action, 607 strong. Returned from action, 198. Loss, 409.